Hi, my name is Alfie Wo and today's date is the 25th of June 2025. I come from Dunstable, a suburban town just outside Luton in England. My background and upbringing I would describe as both artistic and scientific, a great inspiration being my granddad, who was a chemical scientist and artist, as well as my mum, who was passionate about art and literature, who would take me to art shows in London. I would say these, alongside having an excellent art teacher at high school, were a great influence on me to pursue art as an all-encompassing inquiry into ways of understanding and expressing ideas and lived experiences. I would say that I only noticed my socio-economic status when attending the Slade School, where I soon realised I was in a tiny minority of non-privately educated students, and coming face to face for the first time with extreme wealth. This certainly had an effect on the way that I viewed art, the art world, and what I was interested in expressing. During this time, I made work out of trash from the street and was reading Ballard, perhaps thinking that I could express disdain for art world elitism. My biggest influences either come from the history of painting, literature, or particle physics. The amateur physics interest, I think, comes from a desire to understand how the world works from a perspective like a machine that we can only experience at a different scale, yet can try to depict and comprehend. Literature such as The Sound and the Fury by Faulkner is inspiring to me again in structuring expression and ways of creating mental images. What I enjoy in both is the way that writing and mathematical expressions are used to form images and unearth obscured aspects of our world and our minds, that for me become images that could be used to make art. My favourite paintings, I would say, work in the same way as this. There are far too many massive influences for me in this area to list, but at the moment I'm quite into Adolf Menzel. Right now I'm focusing on two new series of work, one that is based on Guinness World Records and the other that are homages to other contemporary painters that I have on my Instagram saved, in the tradition of paintings after other paintings. I would say the biggest challenge about being an artist is meeting other people who you can build with. The advice I would give to my younger self is to be less hung up about art world elitism, to try and find your people in your own context and put your energy on that instead. The most unusual technique I would say that I've used is that I once made works out of the reduced food section of a supermarket, which I chewed up and spit out. I don't listen to music while I work. I only listen to the ambient noise in my studio, and because I share a large studio, it can be quite loud already. The My favourite reactions to my work are when people are initially confused or unsure and then end up understanding and enjoying it, because I feel like they've come on my journey as well. I hope people, in the best case scenario, are moved and inspired to look at, learn about, and feel excited to make their own art as a takeaway from looking at my work. I can be found on Instagram as __AELFRAED __. I'll announce new shows there as they're confirmed. Feel free to get in touch and hope to see you at an exhibition soon.